All right, one last video for video lecture 9. We're writing equations this time. This time we're going to focus on vertical and horizontal lines. You know, they have unique slopes. They're going to have unique thoughts that happen when we're writing their equations. Okay. To start out with, I'm going to go ahead and bring our attention to the one that's written here from Alex. So we're writing the equation of the vertical line as well as the horizontal line that goes through this specific point of 6, -5. All right. What I would like for you to do is make yourself a graph. I have a piece of graph paper here, but yours doesn't have to be anything fancy. And I would like for you to put 6, -5 on that graph. So write 6 down 5. Okay. Let's draw the horizontal line through this point. And now I want us to bring our attention to the things we remember from video lecture 7, when we were talking about the slopes of vertical and horizontal lines. So horizontal lines they have a slope of 0. And also, right, like every point that we would put on this line, it has a constant y value. The y value is constant. There's no change, right? The rise, it doesn't rise. So that's why the numerator is 0, resulting in the slope of 0. So we have a constant y value. And so that's the case here with this one, right? We've drawn a line, and every point on this line, every single point, has a y value of -5, right? Every point is down 5. So we have, -5, -5. We have -2, -5. We have the one we started with, 6, -5. Okay. And because of this property, because horizontal lines have a y value that's constant, they have 0 slope, we get to name this line, we get to define it by its y value, right? On this line, what's the y value? It is always -5. Thus, the equation for this line is y equals -5 because the y value is constant, okay? So if we say graph the line y equals -5, that means you're going to have a horizontal line that is down 5, okay? Let's talk about the vertical line that goes through this. So let's draw the vertical line that goes through this point, 6, -5. Oh my goodness. Okay, that's better. Let's recap what we know about vertical lines from video lecture 7. So vertical lines have a slope that is undefined. And similarly, right, no matter what point I put on here, what is constant? The x value is constant. Always, okay? So since that x value is constant, how do you think we get to name this line? By its x value. The equation for this line would be x equals 6, okay? And so this is the big idea here, right? And this is, section 3 in your notes stuff. Horizontal lines are defined by their y value, okay? They have 0 slope. We don't need the mx portion, okay? So we only have the b. We only have this constant y term. It's where it crosses the y-axis. So all horizontal lines are named by the y equals. And subsequently, all vertical lines are named by their x value because that value is constant. So if I were to ask you to graph the vertical line x equals -4, it's just a line that's left 4 straight up and down, okay? Its slope is undefined, so we also we don't have a way of representing that mx portion within y equals mx plus b. We get to define it by its x value, okay? Go ahead and make sure that you give those a try in your homework, but also for class, I got one last problem for you. So to bring to class, I want you to practice one from the last video. So writing the equation of a line given 2 points. I missed an H, let's fix that. So write the equation of a line that passes through -2, 2 and 4, -2. We would love that in slope-intercept form. All right, bring any questions you have in class. Great job again. I'll see you next time.